But how is Anthony Edwards regressed?
Because he's taking too many threes, in my opinion.
Way too many.
And when you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from my other parts of my game.
If you're guarding him, you want him shooting threes. Because if he's going to the basket, he's dunking on people, he's getting you in foul trouble, he's getting you in the penalty sooner.
Man, what would you say to somebody who said you're shooting too many threes?
Several months later.
Has it. They still 10 to shoot. Edwards on a drive. Dort trying to stay with him. Corner three.
And he's doing it again tonight.
Edwards trying to get free. Puts up the three. They have to look to foul. SGA turns it over. The double team knocks it away. Here comes Edwards. Edwards puts up a three.
I don't look at it like I struggled.
For the vast majority of NBA superstars nowadays, a big part of their evolution is taking and making more threes. Doesn't matter if you're a 6'1" point guard, a 6'10" power forward, taking and making threes is an integral part of everyone's arsenal. And looking at someone like Anthony Edwards, he's really no different. Part of Ant's so-called evolution is embracing his jumper and his three-point shot. And this year, he took his fair share of threes. As of the entire NBA, he ranks second overall, only behind Steph Curry and just ahead of Jason Tatum.
Cross-court Edwards. He'll fire over Vanderbilt. Away at the other end, and Minnesota comes right back with a Edwards three.
To put the Lakers to bed, and you come out with two soft shots here. Making three. Look at this. What is going on with Minnesota?
Now, Ant's overall volume and percentage, it is very, very impressive. As taking 10 threes, shooting almost 40%, that's nothing to scoff at. Now, looking past the initial numbers, the shock of the numbers being so great, you gotta ask the very simple question. Is someone like Edwards with his skill set taking 10 threes per game the best option for him and his overall team? If you ask me, it's not. As looking at Edwards, he's a great downhill slasher, finisher, and dunker. And Edwards at his best is attacking and not settling.
Like last year, we said this dude like Michael Jordan. They just both black. He's not Michael Jordan, and I think he's a great kid and he got a chance of being a great player. But I personally think he's regressed and become a jump shooter.
Talk to me, Ant. You know, everybody's saying you're shooting too many threes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a joy because you can get downhill and shoot threes.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
They don't like expand their horizon to like, okay, maybe he added something to his game. So they're like, I'm taking too many threes, but I shoot it at a high rate. Like, it's not like I'm taking threes and I'm missing. Like, I make these shots.
So that right there from Edwards, what we've heard all year long, is justification for him taking 10 threes per game. And at the surface level, it does sound smart and logical. I'm taking 10 threes, I'm shooting 40%, why not do it? That at the surface level sounds very, very rational, it sounds sane. But the deeper you dive into it, looking at Edwards, the player, his overall skill set, it becomes a little bit more murky. If I'm a defender and I see Anthony Edwards pulling up from 25, 30 feet, I'm saying go ahead, knock yourself out. Yes, he'll make a few here and there, get some big time highlights, but as a defender, I want you to do that. And look at my help defenders, guys in the right wing and left wing, when they see you shooting 35-foot threes, they're also relaxed and resting. And for the 4 and 5 man, if you're not going downhill attacking the basket, those guys aren't getting in foul trouble.
When Anthony Edwards is in attack mode,
that's when he's at his best.
What happens is the weak side defenders are now playing defense. When he's shooting threes, the weak side defenders, the guys who's guarding the guys on the other side of the floor, get the rest. But when he's driving the basket, you gotta go help. He kicks it, now you gotta sprint back out. He creates so much havoc. So I would agree with Chuck. When he turns back into the attacker and not the shooter, that's when he's gonna be different.
For a lot of great offensive players nowadays, they have tons of dribble combos, these crazy handles. They can do things players have never even thought about doing. When it comes to playoffs time and time again, they dumb themselves down by taking threes. Look at someone like Edwards. This guy is a basketball talent as unique as they come. A lightning quick first step, explosive, has that burst, and when he gets to the rim, he almost floats to the basket. For someone like Edwards having that God-given gift, settling for threes is a crime against basketball. And looking at this year's West Finals, the overall numbers are pretty staggering. Anthony Edwards drives per game only 12.8. Field goal attempts only 4, but the field goal percentage 81.3. The previous round versus Golden State, 18.8, 9 shot attempts, above 50% shooting. Then versus the Lakers, 16.2 drives, 9.4 shots on 47%. So what we see Ant doing versus the Thunder is settling for threes and long jumpers, not being aggressive and attacking.
But taking too many threes can hurt his overall performance, according to Michael.
My three-point shooting is something that I don't want to excel at because it takes away from all phases of my game. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk, whatever. And when you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from my other parts of my game.
It's not complicated.
Michael Jordan right there, 1992. It's almost like he's speaking to modern day players and speaking to Anthony Edwards. When your three ball is falling, it's a thing of beauty. But when you fall in love with it too much, become reliant on it, when it's not falling, things go south pretty fast. For MJ 92 versus the Blazers, him taking threes, he did it because he was kind of challenged to do it, not because he really wanted to. And looking at the attempts and the percentage, just like Edwards this year, they're fantastic. But again, ask the very simple question. Is me taking this three knowing I can make it the best thing for the offense, the best thing for my game, best for us winning the series? For Jordan at that point in his career, he was playing a game within a game. He knew he could score 35, 40 points any night he wanted to. But what he was doing in 92 was maximizing his overall game and his team's potential. As Michael Jordan is most dangerous, isn't shooting 30-foot threes, it's driving downhill, getting in the paint, either scoring at the rim or finding guys on the perimeter. When Michael Jordan's driving, he's not only better, but his team as a whole is much more dangerous. For someone like Edwards right now being 24 years old, those little nuances of the game haven't clicked just yet.
And what would you say to somebody who said you're shooting too many threes?
Has it. And still 10 to shoot. Edwards on a drive. Dort trying to stay with him. Corner three.
And he's doing it again tonight.
Edwards trying to get free. Puts up the three. Have to look to foul. SGA turns it over. The double team knocks it away. Here comes Edwards. Edwards puts up a three.
My trade ball has gotten a lot better.
Now, that right there from Edwards in the fourth quarter, game 4, a must-win game for Minnesota. This guy in the fourth was a no-show, didn't show up, and the shots he took were piss-poor shots. If you're going to take 7, 8, 10 threes per game, make sure those threes are at least quality threes, not step-back contested threes, off-balance threes. In game 4 of the second half, Anthony Edwards had a total of 11 shots. Out of those shots, 7 were threes. In the fourth quarter, 6 total shots, 4 were from deep.
I don't look at it like I struggled. Especially for me, man, it was super in the gaps. I made the right play all night, so I don't really look at it like I struggled. I didn't get enough shots to say I struggled, so that might be how you guys look at it, but yeah, I didn't struggle at all. It just, I made the right play.
Stop it. Get some help.
Contrary to what Edwards said post-game, yes, he did struggle, and yes, he did come up small. Saying he quote-unquote made the right play is a classic LeBron James cop-out, passing the buck on to your teammates. If you're Anthony Edwards, the so-called superstar, Jordan 2.0, in a big must-win game at home, you can't go out like this in the fourth quarter, settling for threes. All year long, people like Charles Barkley, the older NBA fans, have complained about threes and superstars taking so many. And what do you know this postseason? Those same guys who were defending their three-point shots, taking so many, now they're dying by the three and going out in pathetic fashion. At this point in Edwards' career, he's at a big-time crossroads. The past 2 West Finals haven't been his best showings. Now how do you get over that hurdle, over that hump? You gotta change your game, alter your game, to maximize your team and your teammates. And what does that mean? What you have to do is maximize yourself first and foremost. Like I said earlier, I'll say again, when Edwards shoots 35-foot threes, the defense is relieved. Anthony Edwards at his best is attacking, going downhill. In the West Finals, that version of Anthony Edwards has been MIA. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.